Hello, everybody. Welcome back, or welcome to ACO, All Kinds of Wrong. My name is Lara, and what we do the most here is laugh. But other than that, I do cover the royals, mainly Harry and Meghan. So if you're interested in any of that, that would be wonderful. Hit subscribe, like all that good stuff. I don't usually like to talk too much here because I like to get right into it. My shows are done in commercial or chapter form, and at the end of each chapter, I have commercials, and those are just things that I find funny online, and spoofs and parodies and all that kind of stuff. And we have a new Sam, guys, which I haven't seen. I'm excited. And a blind that I haven't read, which I'm excited, and I'll explain that later. But all right, let's get to it. So this chapter is another interview, huge eye roll, and who really needs security? Okay, so of course we're going to start with this interview. I hope this gets out before the full one, but YouTube likes to keep my videos for sometimes 40 hours before I can release them, just to warn anybody that's brand new. So other than that, also you will find I don't like mainstream media. I tend to like social media a little bit more just because we seem to have our finger on the pulse, my counterparts and I. But of course, I will go to mainstream media when necessary. So with this, I'm going to show two clips that really got my attention. But I just wanted to read a couple things out first. This one, Robin Lynn King. On a scale of 1 to 10, how afraid is Prick Harry of the demon sitting next to him? On a scale of 1 to 10, how angry is the demon? So basically, I think we all know she hated on him the whole time. She can't even hide it anymore. And yes, we will get into the wig. Oh, we will. I like this one too. Tell me that H interrupted her by not telling me H interrupted her. She can't help it anymore, guys. The mask is off. So what I like to do also with my videos, I also go back into the past a lot, but anything that's new, I don't watch YouTube right before I make a video because I like to have my own opinion, and hopefully, I'm close or I bring something new to the table. But anyway, the very first thing I noticed was the hands, first of all. The claw is out. He is not even close to her. The body language is very, very evident. And I just said, like, she says this in the interview, and I will play it. She barely scratched the surface of what she went through. To me, that was a not so veiled threat. That's just how I took that. In other words, I've got a lot more to say. And I have to say, the interviewer, what's her name again? Jane Pauley. Yes. I used to watch her all the time. I have lost all respect for her now. I'm sorry if you're going to be affiliated with that. She wasn't even asking hard questions. It was the most ridiculous interview I have seen. And I have, seen things like, oh, this was their first interview. What? First what? Okay. So I'm going to put on one clip that really bothers me and talk a couple minutes about it. And then the next clip, talk a couple minutes about it and then go on.
And I, kind of really scraped the surface on my experience. But I do think that I would never want someone else to feel that way.
Okay. I don't want a copyright, so I just did the 10 seconds, but she said what I wanted to hear, which is, I think, a veiled threat. I haven't even scratched the surface. Are you kidding me right now? Scratch the surface? You have gone so far down. There is nothing left but bone. There's nothing on those bones no more. Nothing. So I don't know what exactly she's trying to, she's not even all there. She is not even all there. So I will now put on the other clip that bothered me. Well, the whole thing bothered me. That's another reason why I can't listen to her voice any longer than absolutely necessary for y'all.
Young, they're 3 and 5. They're amazing. But all you want to do as parents is protect them. And so as we can see what's happening in the online space.
Okay, so 10 seconds is about all I can deal. Sorry, guys. I know you've all seen it anyway. I am positive of that. I wanted to just point out her massive enthusiasm about her children. She went, oh, they're 3 and 5. They're amazing. And then went right into the script. Like there was no emotion there, nothing. Her eyes are like a shark. They're like dead inside. I just cannot with this. Why are they doing? Well, I know why they're doing this. We need to stop them from doing this because they're trying to take away our speech. I'm sorry, but a 3 and 5-year-old or whatever, what they have, do not need the kind of restrictions that they are calling for. Not at all. Not even close. I think that's up to the parents, and no kid that age should even be on the iPad and stuff like that without like severe, checking, make sure, all that stuff, parental controls and blah, blah. This is a joke. It is a scam, and it is exactly what they're about. Exactly what they're about. So I'm going to be done with this ridiculousness. That's what I call it. And I'm going to get into the other part of the chapter. Now we're going to get into who really needs the security. This is creepy. I went, not stalkerish at all. Mainstream media actually put it out, shockingly. So it says, now Meghan's a Kate lookalike. Okay. After noticing her hair has been glossily scraped back recently, I did a double take when I saw these pictures of Meghan in her first US TV interview since Oprah. She seems to have gone for a hairstyle identical to the one Kate sported as she bravely told the world she had cancer. Creepy or what? Yep, it is. And yeah, they actually wrote that. I'm hoping the world's opening up their eyes. That's the whole reason why I even do this. I mean, there is a point to it, right? It's not about her, oh, I'm being bullied and shit. No. It's about lies, Rochelle. We are sick and tired of being lied to. Plain and simple. Tell the truth. We'll be happy. Because then the truth means you're out of the friggin' line of succession or your fake kids or whatever. So I saw this and I was like, this is interesting. This could also feed into why I believe it's the whales who need the security from these two. We all know he talked about knife and acid and all the rest of it. Why would he even say that stuff? Okay, poor Prick Harry needs sensational stories about King Charles, Queen Camilla, Prince William for Spare 2.0. Support high maintenance Rochelle. Prick Harry, who is 39 years old and a filthy rich royal rebel, is ripping his red hair out in an attempt to come up with more prerogative things, I think they meant to say provocative, to say about his relatives, a new report claimed. Yes, I put the pictures, guys, because I need to be funny because I need to laugh. This one's going to be a funny video, I promise you that. But I thought that is flippin' hilarious. The beaker without hair. Oh my God. The publishers of his family trashing book Spare said they wanted more sensational stories on his father, King Charles, stepmother, Queen Camilla, brother Prince William, and the rest of the Windsor family for the paperback edition of the book, unnamed sources told Globe magazine. After Prince Harry and his high-maintenance bride Rachel, who had previously worked as a television D-list actress, I'd say, quit their senior royal roles and moved to the United States in order to trade their celebrity for greater financial opportunities, they insulted the royal family in interviews with an S, not first, in a documentary on Netflix and on Spare, claiming, among other things, that his relatives were racist and cold-hearted. 100% right. These two are the reason the monarchy needs more security, not the other way around. Looks like I did a typo. I apologize. Oh my. That typhoon tracked Pa did a low pass straight over him, almost shattering the windows of his Audi, but ultimately spared him on my orders. What a crock of shite. I mean, really? Really, has no balls? You expect us to believe that shite? Come on now. I do believe this, though, because this is from her lips. We are one plane crash away from the throne, and it's on audio as far as I know. This is the issue. They are scary. So I just love this. I did cover them being protective over Princess Charlotte, which I'll just show a couple pictures after this, but this is really neat. Savannah Phillips is Princess Anne's, that's what I wrote, first grandchild, Queen Elizabeth's first great-grandchild. Okay. Interestingly, Savannah is standing with her back turned to Ratchet in a direct, isolating move. If speaking with her father, she would have turned her head and leaned in. This is a deliberate act, in my opinion. Yes, I agree. That was really good to see. Then I'll just show this because they are protective. They know they need security from this woman. Camilla didn't change positions so pointedly for no reason. She was in full protection mode. Sophie eyed the threat first. Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm going to have more of the sugars later, but these ones fit this particularly well. Other people here are right. Let's start popping off the royal family and get her in as Queenie. Unbelievable people. This is the sugars. Someone actually says, I'm glad I'm not the only one who is planning this. Are you kidding me right now? So I just have a little clip to share to end this chapter. It's not a long chapter, but it shows how easy it would be to get to Princess Catherine and Prince William. Isn't that just crazy, you guys? I'm never on Facebook, but this was on Facebook. I'm like, holy moly, that could have been anybody. That bag could have been a knife, a gun, anything. Even Princess Catherine was like, what the hell? So yeah, that's how easy it is. And I think they need to have more security. God. All right, commercial time, guys. And then chapter 2.
In the dead of winter, I spent my days hoping and praying for news of my beloved. He is stationed at the war front. Today I finally received word. A letter from my prince. Perhaps this is the news I have been waiting for. That he can return home to me and we can grow old together as we always wished.
My was oscillating between extremely sensitive and borderline traumatized. The last place I wanted to be was Frostnikistan. I'd been trying some home remedies, including one recommended by a friend. She'd urged me to apply Elizabeth Arden cream. My mum used that on her lips. You want me to put that on my todger? It works, Harry. Trust me. I found a tube, and the minute I opened it, the smell transported me through time. I felt as if my mother was right there in the room. And I took a smidge and applied it down there.
You're a joke.
Yeah, sure.
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Unconscious.
Unconscious who?
Unconscious bias.
What?
Exactly.
I don't get it. Who would get that?
Well, clearly it's the stomach.
Unconscious bias? Was that supposed to be a joke?
To most people it is.
But I don't get it, Harry.
That's a problem. We need to modernize the conversation.
Well, you need like a punchline or something. It's supposed to be a funny joke, right?
I'm a joke to my family. That's the problem.
Oh, God, Harry.
Now you know how I feel.
It just wasn't funny, Harry.
That's hurtful.
Oh, God, I think you gotta work on your material.
Do you want to hear another joke?
Okay.
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
I love my brother and I love my family.
I love my brother and I love my family. What?
If everyone's over it, it's never going to be over.
If you are surrounded by fucking idiots, evade and elude them at all costs. The condition of the idiot is contagious. And there is no benefit to the interaction with fucking idiots.
Chapter 2, Invisikids and a real one, and a hairy situation. Alrighty, so now the thing I'm going to read out to you, it's not long, but take it with a grain of salt. The reason I'm reading it out, whether I believe all of it or not, is because I have heard this name repeatedly for the last year, and I want to know if any of you guys have heard the same name. So I'll get to this. Plus, they have a photo, guys, that they say is the surrogate. Now, here's the thing. I bring you the stuff, you guys decide. We don't know. Let's just be real. We don't know. So, because we don't know, I just bring as much info as I can to you that I think could be probable or possible, and you take it from there. Alrighty. Alleged biological mother of Lilibet Diana emerges during royal controversy. A bombshell revelation has shaken the world as Maria Gonzalez, see, that name has come up more than once, the former housekeeper at Princeharry's and Rochel's residence, claims to be the true biological mother of their daughter, Lilibet Diana. So right now, any pictures from now on are from me. This startling disclosure has ignited a global discourse, casting doubts on the circumstances surrounding Invisibet's birth. Gonzalez asserts that she was mizzled by Harry and Rochel regarding her role in the surrogacy process, alleging that crucial information about her identity and intentions was withheld from her. This raises suspicions that the royal couple may have concealed vital details from Gonzalez, who had been compensated for her surrogacy services, but now seeks custody of Lilibet, citing coercion and deception. Amidst a wave of conflicting sentiments, some view Gonzalez's actions as opportunistic, while others sympathize with her as a victim ensnared in a web of manipulation orchestrated by a powerful couple. In response, Harry and Rochel expressed disappointment over the allegations, maintaining that they adhered to all legal protocols and remained transparent throughout the surrogacy journey. The unfolding legal battle could have far-reaching repercussions for the Sussexes, potentially tarnishing their reputation. Yeah, well, I don't think that's hard. And straining relations with the royal family if Gonzalez's claims are substantiated in court. Speculations abound regarding blackmail and evidence tampering, though concrete proof is currently lacking. Despite their plea for privacy, public intrigue into Harry and Rochel's lives persists, with this scandal poised to leave an enduring mark on both their personal and public personas. In essence, Maria Gonzalez's allegations have unveiled a Pandora's box of legal, ethical, and emotional complexities, captivating the world's attention as it anxiously contemplates the repercussions on not just Harry and Rochel, but also on the innocent child caught in the midst of the storm, Lilibet Diana. And that's the photo, guys. I don't know if that is, but that's what they claim. This is an article, I believe, by Trends, but, yeah. So, I don't know if it's true. I don't. But, like I said, it's up for you guys to decide. I do believe If Lady C keeps insisting that there are children, obviously a surrogate was used. That is absolutely without question. So who's to say it isn't this woman, if this is the woman? But I have heard that name before. So if anybody else has ever heard that name, please let me know, because I would love to know. Okay, let's get on to the real one. Oh, I think the other one was celebrity. This one's trends. I apologize. There's been significant buzz around a German documentary on Rochel being put on hold. Speculations are circulating that the film might be on the verge of revealing a secret about Rochel, possibly a hidden daughter. I did not put this photo, but everyone after this I did. I will always be transparent with you guys. Okay. Reports from sources such as the Fake Duchess suggest that the documentary, which has been in the works for some time, has encountered delays as the producers are taking extra time to ensure everything is perfect. The big question is whether this documentary has uncovered something major, like Rochel having a secret child. They do get this wrong because this is not her boyfriend, it's her cousin. Over the years, rumors have circulated that Rochel was pregnant before she met Princeharry. An old photo of her with a cousin, where her belly appears slightly rounded, has fueled these speculations. Some suggest that she might have given birth to a child before meeting Harry. A translated German article reveals claims that Meghan has an illegitimate daughter. She was pregnant and gave birth secretly. There are also claims from secret sources that Meghan's previous marriage was annulled, sealed, and that she was paid off. One source, a lawyer from Boston and Chicago named Joe G., is said to have raised the daughter along with his family. This daughter, now likely over 20 years old, was reportedly introduced by Joe at a conference in Boston long before Rochel became widely known. Joe is described as a great guy and a proud father who often showed pictures of his beautiful biracial daughter. Now, this picture was supposedly given straight from his family, but take it for what you will. Obviously, the child is now a woman. The documentary's creator, Elfriede Grau, known for her in-depth royal documentaries, is facing challenges. The doc was supposed to air on Germany's ZDF network, but has been delayed for additional research and to ensure all legal aspects are in order. Sources suggest this delay is due to concerns about Rochel's past, but it is unclear if it relates specifically to the secret daughter rumor. That was the woman underneath who actually spilled that she had a daughter. I have that interview in quite a few of my videos. Rochel has a very interesting past. That's a nice way of putting it. Some view her as a social climber who would trade her body for another step up, travel, money, shopping trips, or introductions. Common sense would dictate she be avoided, but no one has ever accused Harry of having good common sense. Quite the opposite. In fact, it seems strange that the royals wouldn't have warned him off, but perhaps they were wary of the possible backlash due to her mixed heritage. They likely regret not taking action now. If Rochel thinks she can silence everyone by threatening lawsuit, she has another thing coming if she runs for office. Every bit of dirt about her will be dug up, and they will never outlive it. Despite portraying herself as a strong woman, Meghan has thin skin. Absolutely. Okay, this is on Women's Day. Obviously, it is a photoshopped picture. But what I heard, you guys, which I wanted to share, is that this daughter, and yes, I 1000% believe she had a daughter, which makes me wonder, why wouldn't she have used her actual birth story for Archie so that it would sound legitimate? That I've always wondered about. But anyway, apparently her daughter has a baby. So is Rochel a grandmother? Happy 40-something birthday. 43 my arse. How long is she going to be 43 this time, guys? 3 years? 4? What? She's been 42 for, I think, 3 years now, so. Yeah, she likes to portray herself as a young mom with a 3- and 5-year-old. A young mom. They're called a young couple. Are you kidding me? She is a grandmother. A grandmother. That may be Photoshop picture, but I 100% believe that her daughter would have had a baby. I mean, she's totally old enough to. So that's funny. So this is absolutely hysterical, you guys. I found this on the Duchess of Narcissix's post. So I went looking and I got more info, but I'll read this out. This is 100, 100, 100 fact, not alleged. It really shouldn't surprise anyone. Effing gross. Well, from the rumor mill, the Bella hashtag dumb prince gets his pubic hair transplanted into his head. Source, Duchess of Narcissix YouTube channel. Stay tuned. Madam Megaflop. Scrotum skinhead versus hairy. I just can't spot the difference. You guys. That is an actual scrotum. I'm serious. It's an actual. And they're right. You can't tell the difference between hairy and that scrotum. Sorry. Oh my God. When I saw that, I could not stop laughing for like 10 minutes. So now I have it under control somewhat. I couldn't believe they actually did this. So all these jokes we've been having all these months, we've been right, you guys. It's too funny. So this just made it funnier because this was March 11th. Are you having a laugh? You added luscious fake hair to Prince Baldrick of Baldingham, and we all know he's bald as a coot. We all know his head looks like a big ginger testicle. And now we know it's true. I said that's because it is literally just my 2 cents. Oh my God. And it's true, you guys. They do use that. Madam O, again, my degree in genetic forensics is useful. This time I have ascertained with 97.5% probability that Harry has had his own pubes transplanted to his head. Blonde brows equals blonde pubes. That's why his hair is unruly and pale, and he resembles a ball sack. Spare wears a crown of pubes. Here are the test results. Don't let the corncob teeth distract you. The science is undeniable. Transplanted hair, 0% match, 97.5% match, 0% match. Well, that says something now, doesn't it? Drapes. Match the carpet. Oh, God. I know it's real because Danger Zone, Ashley, I'm sure a lot of you know her, and she passed. Rest in peace, Ashley. We love you. Yeah, so if she says it, I believe it. Just take it all off, H. Embrace the baldness in the new future without hair, or just start wearing wigs. Pretty sure M can hook you up. Danger Zone Ashley on YouTube was a hairdresser. She called that out on YouTube. Thought it was a joke. Been calling him pube head for months. Makes sense, right? And these are his words. When he asked colleagues whether there were any questions at the end of his briefing, one asked, "Are your pubes ginger too?" The prince replied, laughing, "Yes, they are." Barf. Barf. Lulu Windsor, what were you telling us the other day, Harry, about peddling misinformation? We know you're balding and now you give the world a full head of hair. If that is not peddling misinformation, then I'm the Queen of Sheba. I've thought this for a while. Did anyone else notice the spray-on hair on Mr. Sussex, Duke of Puke? Duke of Puke reference, courtesy of River on YouTube. But yeah, I thought forever he's been doing that. Still bald. Imagine mocking your brother's baldness. Right? Get what you deserve. So just a little collage that London 305L put together. The one on the bottom right is really, I'll never get that out of my head again, you guys. Couple photos of what H actually wishes he had. This one cracked me up. Oh, we're getting into her right away. Yeah, Rochel, this is not your hubby, and I don't think those pubes are going to make this luscious head of hair. But what do I know? Since he has lived his entire life in the eye of the press, the ebbs and flows of H's hair were easy to notice. There were times when his genetically inherited male pattern baldness was evident, but also times when his hair loss seemed to diminish significantly. However, in Prince Harry's case, it is hard to tell whether his better hair days are due to a hair transplant, hair growth treatments, or cosmetics such as hair thickening spray. Or pubes. There's that too. I love this picture because this is happening real soon. Rochelle. I put this up on my post, but not everybody sees my posts. So I said, look, even her wedding ensemble includes a wig. It also includes an Archie doll, a fake bump, the emerald tiara she really wanted, camera eyes, yeah, just a lot of nonsense. So I thought we'd start with literally the truth. So that's what we're dealing with right there. So I made some collages just to make it a little quicker. So in the middle is what her bun should look like if she had as much hair as she tries to portray. But as you can see, no. No and no and no. Another no. Look how tiny that bun is. I mean, really? People say she doesn't wear a wig, eh? I beg to differ. So this was an older meme of mine, but it still holds true. Up on the right is what her actual hair was in Canada. And on the left is what she showed. And I went on just Amazon, you guys. And yes, they do sell beanies with hair, and that's what I believe she had, because she never took that damn hat off. So nice try, Rocho. So I put this together, and this was before the wedding, and I said, where is this hair? We haven't seen it since the wedding. So this one just has a bunch of them. I wrote luscious locks. They're just not hers. I believe these ones were extensions. Maybe on the right, but even then up top, I don't know. Some of it was scraggly, but yeah, these are extensions. Another one of me taking the piss. Netflix presents The Me You Can't See. Rochel's turn. Is Rochel running from who she is? The Rochel she pretends to be. Allegedly. That's true, you guys. So this was one of her freshly done looks. And I wrote freshly done weaver extensions. And then I said, was this the look she was going for? The Rapunzel look. A little difference. Left, a lot of help. Right, her hair. It's something, you guys. So this is another one showing, well, basically her bald spots, I guess. Yep. The one on the bottom was when she was with the Queen. I can't believe she went out like that, but look at that. And I'm showing these, you guys, because this is what lies and living in that kind of world does to a person. That it really does. So, Rochel's incorrect removal and overuse of extensions and weaves are linked to traction alopecia, a form of hair loss showing bald patches. That is true. So, guys, that's it for this chapter. I just wanted to show everybody what the hell stress, lies, all the stuff they do, it's starting to show on them. It is. It really is. Their life, like, Harry looks absolutely miserable in that interview. Like, he's hating life, hating her, hating everything. They're both wired for sound. She's robotic. It's an absolute disaster area. But anyway, let's have some commercials and then let's get to the last chapter.
God, bro. Oh, hell no, man. What the fuck, man? Get your ass on, man. Get your goddamn ugly ass.
No, not her. No, not her either. Yes, that's it. The evil bitch. she's giving me the right hump. Look at that. She shouldn't be there. It's got nothing to do with the colour of her skin. I just don't like the girl. Look at that. Look, she's eyeing her up. Sees her prey. I know what she's about to do. Look at that. That's a disgrace. She's giving her a bear hug. That's strangulation. You wouldn't see that in the UFC. This is ridiculous.
Everything. They even wanted me to talk in a British accent. And I was like, who do you think I am? An actress?
What?
Maybe they should have Googled me.
What? But do you use Google now?
Well, sometimes I do, but I only use Google Maps.
What?
Yes, because, it helps me avoiding tunnels.
What?
But I am so glad Harry has the spirit of his mom, and he is incredibly upset that Prince Charles doesn't answer the phone.
What?
And I keep on telling him, Harry, why should he? He is not your dad.
What?
Yes. So we focus on our family now, and we can wait for our little baby girl to arrive.
Oh, congratulations!
Thank you.
Do you have a name already?
Yes, we will call her Techt.
What?
Yes, Techt. So when we call them both, it's architect. That way, we teach them that they will actually have to work one day.
What?
I mean, how else can you explain these things to a little child?
Hello guys, very exciting news to share with you. Our big Netflix project has just been announced. We did want it to focus on serious humanitarian issues, but instead it's going to be an at-home with the Sussexes type thing, where we invite Netflix into our $14 million Montecito mansion to follow our perfectly normal everyday lives. A lot of it is probably going to involve pushing our kids in front of the camera in the hope that they'll do something silly or cute, because frankly, it's about time they started earning their keep. Obviously, I'm just a regular guy and a very private person, and I hate cameras, but at the same time, business is business, and if the money's right, you have to allow Netflix to film your most intimate moments with your family at home for international broadcast as a lurid public spectacle. My wife and I are basically the new Kardashians. Netflix are trying to persuade me to have butt implants like Kim, or otherwise have my whole face rearranged like Kylie. But if they want me to go down that road, they're going to have to put another couple of $1 million on the table. I mean, I've got principles.
Yeah, I had found an Andrew I hadn't seen before, so that was a treat. All right, chapter 3, guys. Eco water cooler gossip, the best chapter. I love this. So this is the New York Post, and it says celebrities in the Hamptons last weekend for a women's business summit reportedly did their best to dodge being caught in photographs with Rachel. So they basically all avoided her, which is hilarious. So this was just interesting. In 1856, Rachel's great-great-great-grandmother Mary Bird worked in Windsor Castle as a cook. Funny how Rachel doesn't talk about this side of her family. Not oppressed enough. It would take her R card and bin it where it belongs. I bet her grandma would be mortified at how Rachel treats staff. Totally. So I'm just going to go straight to the blind, you guys, because I have to be up before long for my live. I'll just tell everybody now, remind them it's at 1:30 Mountain Standard Time. Me and my daughter, she's 5 months pregnant, and she'll do stuff that, bend or whatever. But I'm nervous, so be nice. Okay, so we'll just do this blind, watch Sam, and wrap it up. All right. This was August 1st, 2024. I do have the newer one, but I'll read this one instead and the newer one next time. The gingerhead one had no idea he was going to get a bill for a private jet flight for the illiterate one. She also took one about 4 times more expensive than necessary. So you guys, that debunks where she, hitched a ride with that Jamie girl. Apparently not. You mean Mia again doesn't have her own Markle Mart private Sensa 180 to fly around in? Oh yeah, she just has her broom. Harry is such a dumb fuck. Will he ever say that's enough and dump that skank? If not, he deserves whatever he gets. Dumb fuck, you flatter him. So I just blew this part so it's easier to see. When your husband opens his mouth and you're bracing for something dumb to come out, and it does, you then realize you didn't marry the crown jewel of the royal court like you thought, but the king's fool. Yeah. How many faces ago is this? If she wasn't sitting next to him and wearing beige, I wouldn't have recognized her. Plus, what's with that wig? Ha, good point. 90% of the time she looks like a slob. It must be due to her profound mental illness and the funhouse mirror she had installed at home. I just read on DM that for some reason they're going to visit Colombia. Like, what? Yes. It's not the side effects of the cocaine. I'm thinking that it must be love. David Bowie, 1976. LOL, sounds like a great idea. Beautiful scenery, travel advisory due to crime, terrorism, civil unrest, and kidnapping. I wonder if the children will go too. The Columbia Travel Advisory says, reconsider travel due to crime and terrorism, exercise increased caution due to civil unrest and kidnapping. Oh my God. Some areas of increased risk. Read the entire travel advisory. Yet they insist on having a formal security detail to visit the UK. Did you see her face? She had some seriously bad work done on her eye area and the wig. Oh my God, the wig. No work there, doctor. Just the usual little bit of aging, don't you know? Not even Shakira goes to Colombia these days. What are these two going to do there, specifically in Cali? Maybe she thinks she can be queen of the South? Sniff, sniff. She's trolling for someone wealthy so she can dump Harry. Gets another PR in the public's eye, I guess. And just like that, she'll discover she's actually 43% Colombian, not French or Maltese or Italian or Nigerian. Or Harry will discover that he's 43% Colombian. That would be something. When H realizes that M is making up the speaking from the grave crap, that's when the grift will end. How could he not know? Well, he is an imbecile. And wasted on God knows what. How will Harry know? All Roach will have to say is that Diana is at peace, happy that Harry found the love of his life, and Diana will not make my further communications through Rochel, as they are living their best life. Their future is secure, and Diana lives on through their children. Oh my God. I almost died when I saw this picture, you guys. Look at that. Because I finally found this picture of Has-Been, thankfully saved somewhere at its heart, impossible to find elsewhere, of off his face being dragged by someone on his trip to Nigeria while being followed by a laughing cameraman. I'm going to post it and I'll keep on doing it. Look at him. Save it yourselves. Keep sharing. After all, sharing is caring. This is his life, drugged, unable to function. Harry and Goofy's voice from Disney. Gersh. He looks like someone with special... Oh my God. You guys, my daughter makes these for me so I don't read them first. I did not expect that. Okay, but they're right. He looks like someone with special needs who needs help going to the bathroom. Oh, jeez. Sorry. Oh. Well, even a split second shows him being dragged along. I guess he's the joke. Having to be pulled by others, but if you think otherwise, that's great. If he was treated as a real royal, no one would be allowed to touch him. Unless he's drugged off his mind. It's okay. She knows she has $8.5 million coming soon on September 15th, 45 days, which should last her about 6 months. And then she will cite irreconcilable incontinence in her divorce filing and be done with Harry. Angela Levin says more. That's from Great Granny, but he also is getting the second half of what Diana left him, $7 million. Diana's bequest was paid out 5 years ago. It's the Queen Mother's Trust Fund that's due on the 15th. That's still chump change to our Migsy. Those beige rags don't come cheap. Time to start poltergeisting Diana. Agreed. Even if she dumps his sorry ass, she's going to want to make him miserable for the rest of his pathetic life. It's just how she's wired. How these two are not broke already is amazing. Supposedly, she's about $1 million in debt? Unbeknownst to Harry? Well, that's new. Well, learn something every day. Where'd you hear that? If true, I love it. That wouldn't surprise me. I can't believe how dumb he is, and I know he was. I knew he was dumb. I've been laughing for a few minutes on pause, you guys. Some shit's just too funny. Okay, guys, I'm going to save other stuff for another time and cut this one just a few minutes short. I just wanted a fun video anyways for the most part, and I hope I've brought that. I definitely got some laughs I did not expect, which is awesome. And I can't wait for Sam, which is coming up, and I know I'm going to laugh because I always do. He's getting better and better. Anyways, if you liked it, please press like. Oh, also, YouTube's up to its old tricks, and a lot of people aren't getting notified or anything. So if you put me in your favorites and check every once in a while at least, that would be great because I don't know what's going on. It's not good. But yeah, if you wouldn't mind, just kind of check on that. Would be wonderful. If you haven't subbed already, it's free. Okay, a click would be great. But everybody have a fantastic day, and I hope to see you later. All right, let's just have fun.
To taste the purest form of high-grade education that one can receive. Yeah, that's right. We're going to go and sample the Colombian delights that we've heard so much about. And will you be taking your children? No. They tend to cramp our style. I mean, we're going to build relationships here, not constantly deal with screaming kids. Yeah, no, and don't get me wrong, we're going to miss them. It's going to be a really hard 4 days without Archwell and Lilibet. Yeah, I knew that. Lilibet. Archwell. Yeah, he's doing good. Anyway, we've been invited by Vice President Francia Marquez. So, later this summer, it's going to be bye-bye Montecito and hello Bogota, which is this smaller place, very close to Colombia. Yeah, it's the capital city, you idiot. Yeah. As I was saying, it's this small little place that's only 200 miles away from South America. Mm-hmm. I'll make a note of that, Harry. Yeah, when we get there, Harry, make sure you don't say anything to anyone, okay? Especially anyone who's official looking. Well, I was just going to let my natural charm shine through. Yeah, and whatever you do, don't try and speak Spanish. Oh, you mean I can't even give it a bit of the old gracias? I'm being deadly serious. Of course you are, my little viper. As you're no longer working members of the royal family, this won't be an official trip, of course. No, but we aim to make it look and feel like one. Oh, indeed, we had no doubt that you'd happily ride the slipstream of the institution you've so publicly disparaged without even the slightest shred of shame. No, shame is so 20th century. And what is it that you'll actually be doing in Colombia? The usual, showcasing their heritage and history and focusing on trying to create safer spaces online. Right, so you two knuckle-headed imbeciles will be traveling to Colombia without your children to focus on creating online safe spaces. That's right, Cobalt. There are a lot of hurt feelings out there, hurt feelings that might never recover. And I refuse just to stand by watching my hair fall out, doing absolutely nothing about it. Me neither. I mean, This stuff's been going on since, like, my birth, you know? And it's only gotten worse over the intervening 42 years. 42 years. Yes, although online didn't exist when you were born, Megan, so that's a lie. Do either of you realize that Colombia is in the top 10 murder capitals of the world? Right. Okay, and you're going there to focus on online safe spaces. That's right. I'm particularly interested in going after these parody accounts that mock and defame celebrities like us. Really? I haven't seen them. There's this really awful one, really awful one, Cobalt, that portrays Meghan as a cold-hearted and manipulative slapper, and me as a close-eyed, cretinous abuse victim who occasionally bursts out into song. It's probably one of the worst things I've ever seen in my life. I mean, it's vicious. Oh, I know it is, my little tarantula. The only decent thing about the channel is the songs that the Harry character writes, These are my bits. That is my stuff. I need some more. I don't have enough. I'm going to get what's coming to me. I'm going to get what's coming to me. Get what's coming to me. I'm going to get what's coming to me. You're going to get what's coming to you. Yeah, well, allegedly.